I was debating if I wanted to make this video. I know a lot of y'all that have been paying attention have noticed that on Sunday I didn't make a week 3 video. There's a perfectly good explanation on why I didn't make a week 3 video. My current location is Wichita, Kansas. I'm at home. I am no longer with Roehl. A lot of things played into the reason why I'm no longer with Roehl. Well, the reason that got me sent home was my backing skills. I let my trainer know I was having some trouble with backing on Monday last week. When he came back from vacation, he said we're gonna work on it. I did a straight back with him, but I panicked and I got through the straight back. However, my trailer wasn't straight. In fact, it was very crooked, and that pretty much got me sent home. I think it did, but the crazy thing about it is we did it later, and I got it perfectly right, but I guess it was too little too late. I was told that I needed to go home because I was behind on the skills necessary that needs to pass. So in other words, they didn't want me to take my CDL. One thing I learned in this business when I first started my CDL journey, is no matter if you're class A, B, or C, always protect your CDL. Now, that was the reason that got me sent home. But I was also contemplating. In fact, my whole class was contemplating this because something didn't really seem right. Now, before I say this, I will say that there are differences of opinions when it comes to rail transportation. There are people who have, some people who feel like, rail is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not even going to sit here and bash them like they're a bad company. Rail is a really good company. They have a lot of standards that I, myself, as someone who is trying to get in this business, appreciate. Safety, they're family oriented, and it seems like the drivers that have been with them for a while are very pleased with their careers, and that's kind of what I wanted. Now for the bullshit. Okay, where do I start? Okay, let's start at week 2. Okay, I believe I said in week 2 when I did the video that my trainer was on vacation. I'm not even mad that he was on vacation because vacations happen. When people have, when you put it in for vacation, especially with a company like Roehl, I'm sure you gotta do it weeks in advance. So it was already planned out. I'm not mad at that. What I am mad at is the fact that they knew he was going on vacation, and instead of putting another trainer with us for our duration, they basically let him go on vacation, and they kind of had these stand-in trainers, basically trainers who had other classes that were doing stuff at the time, so they would come and stand in with us maybe half the day and whatnot. And granted, it was a lot of knowledge that they had. I'm not saying none of the trainers did not know what they were doing, because they did know what they were doing. These are guys who have been in the industry for years. It's just the fact that, it's like when you are in elementary school and your teacher is absent and you have a substitute. Even if the teacher lays out a whole plan for you, the sub sometimes deviates from the plan because the sub may not teach the way your teacher teach. So we were all over the place. And so when he came back, we were all behind. But I stood out the most. But I was already contemplating things because I was thinking, because I know that if you take a CDL test 4 times, you can't take it no more for 6 months. Also, I didn't want to do anything to risk my CDL because I knew just from me driving a school bus that I felt like I didn't have enough the needed training to pass the CDL. I knew it. I knew it in my heart. I knew in my mind and my heart that I wasn't going to pass the CDL test. And that's what it worried me. So even before I had to sit down with the training manager, I was actually contemplating going home. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that I wasn't going to pass the CDL. So now I had people in my training class that were like, "Nah, don't do it. You can do it. You can pass. You're good. You're gonna be all right." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." You know. So I worked it as long as I could. But when they sent me home, they sent me home. I went straight to the hotel. I packed my shit. I was literally heading out of Marshfield within an hour. Within an hour. You know, once I decided I was gonna leave. So I was basically, you know, I honestly, at first, I felt like I was totally wrong. I felt like I was totally wrong. I felt like I put my family at risk with this. I felt like I didn't focus enough. I didn't really get my mind right for this. And I really felt like I let my family down. I had to come home with my tail between my legs. I had to basically come home, and luckily I didn't quit my job. So I'm still good at the bus company. I'm still good with my my delivery company. So it was just business as usual. You know what I'm saying? But then I got a text message the other day. I got cool with one of the trainers. One of the trainers, me and him cool. He's a good guy. He actually took the time to show me Marshfield. And, you know, he showed me some cool places to eat. We talked. You know, he has a very interest in some of the things I'm interested in. And, you know, he was giving me a lot of game. You know, he's a veteran driver. Been doing it for a while. He texted me and he was like, "Man, I'm sorry that they cut you. You got cut. You know, I really had high hopes for you. You know, I think it's messed up. I felt like you and your whole truck got robbed." And I was like, "Yeah, it is what it is." I felt like, I wasn't, I wasn't ready. Maybe I wasn't focused. He said, "No, no, no, no. You guys got robbed." So this trainer told me, I'm not going to say his name because I told him I was going to make a video. He said, "Just don't say my name." And there's nothing but hymns in the training department. So good luck figuring out who it is. But he said, "Bro, you guys got robbed. You know what I'm saying? You guys didn't get the adequate attention you needed. You guys didn't get the adequate TLC." I said, "Cool. Yeah, it is what it is." So at that point, I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll go ahead and go to a technical college, which I plan on doing, but I'll get to that later. And I was going to go ahead and, just, do what I need to do, go back to Roehl, and, with my Class A, continue my drive training with the driver for 19 days and become a trucker. Okay, now, this is where shit gets interesting. I get another text message from the dude today. And he's like, "Bro, tell me why only 4 people out of your class passed their CDL today." There was 12 people total in the training class. Only 4 of them passed the CDL. There were 2 that had CDL experience, and then there was another 2. And that kind of had CDL experience, the Class A experience, so they were good to go. So 4 and then my whole truck failed. I wasn't there, so I didn't take it. So, but everybody else in my truck failed. 2 people failed the driving portion of it. One dude didn't even pass the backing. So, and at first I laughed because they sent me home. They sent me home because they feel like I wasn't where I need to be, but you got a whole truck that failed the CDL test, but they sent me home. You know what I'm saying? But then I sat and I really thought about it. There were days where we were literally standing around. Now, I know a lot of y'all thinking, you could have been doing practicing your pre-trip. You could have been. We practiced that pre-trip. That's the one thing we all have down, is that damn pre-trip. We have that pre-trip down to a science. We may skip 1 or 2 things, but we have that shit down to a science. The problem, we needed more help with our driving and our backing. Now, they told us that we would drive when we were doing the pre-CDL, they said, okay, we're going to drive in the morning and we're going to back in the morning and drive in the afternoon, because up there where we trained at, it was like basically this dirt field. If you ever been to Marshfield, you know what I'm talking about. And there's no shade or nothing. It's really hot out there. They don't even have like bottles of water available. You got to carry your own water, which is fine. It's your responsibility. Some people brought coolers out, so I mean, I'm not knocking them for that. I'm just saying. But so we would back, and then something would come up, and we would all have to go, and the trainers would get out and say, hey, just do your pre-trip, and we'll be right back. And they'll go in there, and it felt like we weren't getting enough attention. Like one day, one of my coworkers that was training with me kept track of all the time that we lost. One day last week, we lost 2.5 hours of training because they constantly had these meetings, and it was just nuts. And I could see if it was, because at first I thought the meetings were about me, but every single trainer was in these meetings. So we're all outside. We started doing our pre-trip maybe the first 45 minutes, but after that, we were like, what the hell? All the smokers were smoking cigarettes, and the rest of us were like, what the fuck did we do? So that was like that. And I know that people can learn how to drive CDL vehicles in 4 weeks. It can be done. I learned how to drive a school bus in 4 weeks. And, the only difference is a school bus, a truck is a combination vehicle. A school bus is straight forward. It's all one piece. So, and another thing I would like to mention is that when we were doing our pre-test, every day that we pre-test, we did it 2 days. The ground was wet. It was fresh rain, fresh mud, and that kind of made it a little tough to drive on. I'm gonna let you know now, if you can't handle road conditions, don't do any type of CDL work. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it didn't help none. Now, me personally, I think I got nervous, and I felt like I got clipboard fever, and I just knowing that he was watching me, I was trash, because any other time I was nailing those backings and everything. I was doing it myself. It was all good. I got nervous, but they sent me home. So it really upset me that they sent me home. But everybody on my truck failed, but they sent me home. I'm not gonna tell you what me and the managers talked about in the office, because I told them I would not say nothing, and I'm a man of my word, so I'm gonna keep my word on that. But I will say this: like, people drove hundreds of miles to get a career, and we're all grown. We're all grown. We're grown men. We're grown women. I had people that drove from Houston to Marshfield, people that drove from Phoenix, Jersey. One cat came from Atlanta just to change their lives. And I feel like some of the trainers treated that shit like it was a joke. Oh, you're going to be all right. We're going to pass. You'll be fine. Let me tell you about the beer. We got lots of beer here. Oh, let me tell you the story about this guy that got fired. Let me tell you know what? If you don't have this by week 1, we used to fire people for that. I knew more about how to get fired from that job than I knew about the benefits and anything like that. We didn't even talk about benefits. We didn't talk about, we didn't get much into none of that. In fact, I'd say the best days of training I had were on Saturdays. We did Atlas class and did a team rail on 2 Saturdays in a row. And those were the best trainings, because those trainers they stuck around, they talked to us, they answered questions, and it was great. And then, and this is the best part. When my trainer came back, I'm a guy who makes suggestions. I'm not afraid to make suggestions. So I said, hey, it'd be cool if you guys had it where we could, if there was some drivers available on Saturdays and Sundays, where we could come and practice backing. And he said, oh, yeah, there is, but that's normally reserved for week 2. And I'm like, how come nobody told us? He's like, exactly. So basically, if this, luckily, I can recover from something like this. It's not over yet. But I don't know about my other coworkers. I got, one guy, he got so frustrated, he packed his shit and left. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, this is week 4. If I was still there, this would be week 4. We're all supposed to leave Friday. You know what I'm saying? And some people, from what I heard from the trainer that I talked to, some people may have to stay 2 extra weeks because of how much they fail on the test. If they get to stay, they'll find out tomorrow if they get to stay or not. So it's like a waste of time to come all that way, and my whole thing is I'll be like, here's how I feel. I feel like the training should be 5 weeks. 1 week should be totally classroom shit. Whatever we gotta do in the classroom, the books, any modules, any simulator work, anything that we need to do needs to be the first week. Straight up. Get it all done. We don't need to come back in that fucking classroom after that. Then week 2 through 5, well, week 2, 3, and 4, week 2 and 3 needs to be straight driving, straight backing. This is what we're doing. And the cool thing about it is, if you see somebody that has potential, that looks like they have some promise, send them to pre-CDL early. Do the pre-CDL early. You know what I'm saying? All pre-CDL is one of the trainers sitting with you while you drive and back and see if you do it right. You know what I'm saying? Do the pre-CDL, and then basically if they're worthy, or if they make it to the 5th week, that's when it's CDL time. 5 weeks is plenty of time. And if there's a trainer that has a vacation schedule or anything that keeps them from there, I can understand if you get sick a day, that's fine. But, you can either get another trainer to start that class or fucking plan that shit out. Say, okay, this is going to be the trainer that's going to be with y'all the whole 5 days. It was 5 days he was gone. And every day we had somebody different. Some days we had 2 or 3 people. Some days we didn't have anybody at all. We were just on the course. The other trucks had their people, their trainers, and we were by ourselves. That shit's a mess. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a fucking mess. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. That it was really disappointing that I felt like like I said, I felt in my heart I wasn't gonna pass that CDL. I felt undertrained. Now, the good news is I know how to drive a truck. I just can't legally drive one. I can't back. I'm not good at backing. So whatever path leads me to the next one, I'll be good. Because all I gotta do is master backing and master that shift. Because, let's be honest. They expect you to learn how to shift in a week. A 10-speed. I've never shifted anything in my life. I kind of got it down, but there's a lot of things they tell you to do. Like one trainer told us that when we come to an intersection, we need to downshift all the way to like 3rd or 2nd gear. Then we find out from my trainer that on the CDL test, they just want to know that we know how to downshift. We can actually step on the brakes and the clutch when we get to an intersection, stop, put the shifter in the starting gear, like 2nd, 3rd, or 4th if you bout it, because I don't fuck with 4th, because 4th normally gets, unless you know how to do it, 4th will fucking, you let off that clutch too hard, your engine will stall out and you fail the test. But I normally go with 3rd. So I didn't know that. So here I am, I see the intersection coming up hella far away. I'll slow down. I'm going 18 miles an hour trying to hurry up and downshift to when I get to the stop sign, and I fail the pretest. because it was miscommunication. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't want to make this video, but it has to be made. I pray that my team passes, my old team passes, because a lot of those people came from a lot of different places. Congratulations to the 4 that did pass, though. You know, y'all got y'all hat, and that's good. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all can do cargo securement tomorrow with no issues. Y'all can do it and be focused. Everybody else, the other, I ain't gonna say 8, the other 6, because I'm gone and dude left. So the other 6, I hope you guys stay focused and get y'all shit and y'all pass y'all fucking CDL, man. You know what I'm saying? If not, let me know, because this shit is crazy, man. What does my future hold? Well, like I said, I'm gonna go to a CDL. There's a CDL school here. I found out they have a 4 or 5 week program. I'm trying to get a grant to go, but I might have to get a loan to go. They said the loans are easy to get, so I'm gonna see what's up with that. It's job training, so I'm pretty sure I can write it off of my taxes somehow. So, but I'm not giving up my Class A dream, because I really want to do this. You know, I feel like I was born to do this. And one day they told me when we had to talk in the office was, dude said, you have a good skill set, but it's just that you lack some things that we can't teach you in time. But then I find out pretty much the whole truck lacked some skills too, but they sent me home. And I can't say it's a race thing, because there's a Hispanic on my, it was Puerto Rican on my truck, and there was a black chick on my truck, a white guy, and I was the other black dude. So, and the guy that left was a white guy. So, but then again, I ain't saying the white guy didn't have a lot to lose, but we all had a lot to lose. You know, the white guy was like me; he has a lot of kids. So, you know, and I mean, a lot of us that came, we kind of gave up everything to do this. We sacrificed a lot, and I felt like you guys were playing with our futures by lollygagging around. So, but am I gonna go back to Roehl? I don't know. Not right away. I do plan on going with a company. Once I feel like I'm gonna try to go local with a local or regional company here, and just kind of get my skill set. I want to go regional, because if I go regional, that's technically over the road, and it's like this one company that actually called me back. They actually have Class B trucks, like the box trucks. It's just you don't get paid as much. I think it's just like $19-20 an hour, and basically I'd be driving from between here, Topeka, and like Lenexa, but I'd be home all the time. And then there's another company that basically goes between here, Oklahoma, and like Nebraska or some shit. I don't know, but my dream isn't. I'm not done. I'm not done by a long shot. I'm just staying focused, man. But like I said, man, this is welcome to trucking, man. It's a mess. I hope you didn't click this video to think I was gonna bash Roehl, because, like I said, it's a good program. A lot of people benefit from them. They graduate a lot of people. So maybe it was just a fluke this for our class. I don't know. So that's just how I feel. I'll keep you guys updated on my CDL progress. I thank everybody that gave me lots of love and told me what I needed to do and gave me advice, and people who hit me up in the inbox, and people who not text me, but hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and everything. That really gave me solace knowing that there were people that support people like me making decisions to get in this business. So anyway, one love. Y'all stay cool.